Um, a quick video to try to explain at least the important parts and start to prepare for January. So, to explain, first of all, um, I found an enlightened master. It's the kind of person that all through history people have been looking for and seeking, and through whatever stroke of luck or whatever circumstance, I found this. And the reason I'm inviting you is to also share in this amazing experience. Be in the presence of an enlightened master is incredible, incredible. Just the vibration, just the energy that they project and that engulfs you is incredible. To find a master that actually teaches how to become enlightened and shows you the way is extremely, extremely rare. So everybody that's coming in January, and now we're at about 40 some people, everybody that is coming um, is there probably for a reason. And lots of them are martial arts grandmasters, so they've practiced some form of meditation. They've been exposed to um, a discipline of martial arts. Other people that are coming are actors, film stars, models, um, really a great group of people. And then also a bunch of regular people in that group. So it's going to be a really great mix of people. We'll have a chance 2 days before the course to meet people. And then there's a 7-day course where there's, you're silent and you're meditating and you're not interacting with anybody except the master and your own meditation. So that's important to understand. And then afterwards, after the 7 days course, there's going to be a couple of days where we have time to again exchange experiences with the 44 people, to talk about what we learned ourselves, and to develop a friendship, which I think will happen naturally because this is going to be quite a profound experience, I would say. The meditation itself um, is probably going to be around 100 people in this meditation hall. You're going to have a number of monks, usually 8 or 10 monks, sitting on tables in the auditorium, and you're going to have one or two or more enlightened masters at the front of the room. And you're going to learn to meditate. So the first 2 days, you're going to use a meditation, which I'm going to teach you right now, called Anapanasti, which is the meditation that the Buddha taught during his time, 2,500 years ago. And then the third day, you're going to learn this fire meditation. And what's really significant and important about fire meditation is that you will use the body's fire element to create heat and fire, and you're going to be able to look into that fire and look into the mind. So this will be explained during the course. Whatever you're doing now and whatever I'm going to teach you is also very important because it's a cool type of meditation. It's a cool type of meditation, but it still is a meditation that allows you to focus and look into the mind. The other style of meditation, or the really important one that you're going to learn that very few people on the planet at this point know, is it's a hot meditation, and you're going to find that your hands get very hot, your body gets hot, and basically what this fire is doing is burning the impurities, burning past memories, burning toxins in the mind, and it's very, very powerful. So if nothing else, and you come to this course and you learn this meditation from the enlightened master, it's something that you can use every day of your life, and that you're going to want to use every day of your life. So in my case, when I started meditating, um, I haven't stopped, and I was not somebody that was so interested to meditate. I mean, I had an interest to do simple meditation, but I didn't know that it would lead to something this intense. So I would encourage you to um, get on a good diet. You know, now we're in August, first week of August, second week. Um, watch what you eat, get in shape, get fit for this. There's going to be a handful of us that, you know, aren't that experienced. There's going to be a lot of people meditating that are experienced. So there are the martial arts guys, they have meditation as part of their practice. They have discipline as part of their practice. They know what it is to sit and to be in pain, meditating or practicing martial arts. So there's certainly a group that is wild card here, and that's all right because all you have to do is practice and train a little bit. So we have 3 months basically, um, August, September, October, November, into December. So basically 4 months. And you can start off really, really slow. I think the most important thing that I want to convey quickly is that, you know, sitting in this position is something foreigners aren't accustomed to doing. So the first thing that you can do in terms of starting to meditate and starting to get your body ready is to, even if you're not meditating, to sit on the floor or sit on the sofa comfortably and get used to being on the floor. Um, during that power week that we're going to be with the Enlightened Master, you don't want to at that time um, be learning and getting your body used to sitting in this position and sitting for more than an hour at a time. So if you're sitting at home and watching television instead of lying on the sofa, sit with your legs crossed like this. At the meditation retreat, everybody's going to have a basic meditation cushion like this, and then you can choose to have one, two, or more of these risers. And what these risers help you do is take the weight off your legs. So, um, you can at home use a pillow, but for the most part, everybody is, by the time they reach this advanced meditation, they're accustomed to sitting on the floor. This is also a relaxed pose that you can use and get your body used to, is just putting one leg back. So when you're not meditating and you're sitting on the floor, you have a chance to kind of stretch those muscles and feel okay with it. To get right into meditation, um, Anapanasti is a very simple type of meditation. You sit comfortably like this. You can put your hand in whatever position that's comfortable. And then the only thing that you really have to learn about Anapanasti is that you're going to focus basically on where the air goes in and out of your nose and kind of around this area. So when you're meditating and you're breathing, you feel the air going in and out, and you focus on the sensation just below the nose. So we can try for a second. And so the important part is, you need something for the mind to focus on. And you're trying to focus on an area where there's some sensation because air is going in and out. So later on, when we learn the fire meditation, you're going to focus on the heat within your hands, and specifically a point within the hands. So that's going to get really easy. This method you still need because when you do other things like share merit or share compassion, you want that to be a cool energy. So that heat that we use to burn the mental impurities and toxins, that's inappropriate for sharing merit, and sharing merit and compassion to other people can have a really, really big impact on other people, um, the world itself, the world situation. So collectively, the people that will be practicing and are already practicing can have a big influence on the world through their meditation. So I would advise to, right now start maybe 5 minutes a day. So if you wake up in the morning and maybe even before you go to bed, sit like this, sit on the floor or sit on your bed and breathe in and out of the nose, close your eyes. And, if you can't for some reason breathe through your nose, you can rely on the mouth also, but just focus your energy here. So if you um, have thoughts come to the mind, it's okay. As soon as you realize that you're thinking about something else and not focusing on meditation, just take a deep breath through your nose and feel that air sensation again, and then put your focus right there. Um, it's nothing magic. It's nothing difficult to do. There are different methods of meditation. Either you use a chanting word, a mantra they call it, to focus your energy on that mantra. So that's what transcendental meditation does. They have a mantra, and you just think about that. And there are things where you imagine an image and you focus on that. Here we're just focusing on the air coming in and out of the nose. So again, when you wake up in the morning, sit up, sit straight, and get your body used to sitting in this position, and spend 5 minutes. And if it's longer, great. The goal will be to work up to 50, 60 minutes and be comfortable. To be able to do that 60 minutes straight and see what the benefits just from that practice is between now and January. This, I can't stress enough how important this is going to be for everybody that's been invited to come to this meditation. It's a really, really big deal. I've brought, some close friends over the past years to meditation, and, they weren't that prepared, but they made it through the course, and, had some profound impacts, to the point where they're now bringing lots of people, and they want to share what they experience with this enlightened master. So that's kind of the quick overview, just so that we talk about the meditation practice, and to stress, do this every day. It's nothing else that's going to impact your daily life. It's going to improve it. You're going to feel less anxious. Whenever you feel anxious or feel worried or depressed, whatever, take 5, 10 minutes, sit down, cross-legged, and focus on the breath and focus on breathing, and just relax. And the amazing thing with meditation, especially when you learn the fire meditation, is it's so powerful, and you're going to find the mind getting more and more powerful. So, and you're going to also learn the trick to looking inside your mind and looking within. Our whole world is all about looking outside, about bright lights and sparkling things, and oftentimes we just lose track and we miss the point. And that's the trick of the dark side, is to get us to look outside, to be engaged in a world that's not real. It's an illusion, and you're going to see that for yourself. Um, you know, Looking inside is where the treasure is, and anybody that practices this changes them. So next January, something is going to happen in terms of this practice, and in terms of your life, and in terms of changing, and in terms of um, developing a much more powerful mind. Having said that, there are lots of obstacles that people have making it to the course. There's the dark energy in the world that will want to stop you, or will try to convince you that you can't do it, or that you are uncomfortable to meditate, or that you can't meditate. That's normal. Everybody goes through it. I went through it. It's just how the game is, mind and within the world. You're going to learn some fantastic things. You're going to learn things that you've never imagined before, never heard of before. I won't say too much in the beginning because it's, um, it's a way not to develop expectations. So I think it's really important. There are lots of experiences that I could share at this point, and lots of reasons to explain to you why you should come and do this meditation. But since everybody's signed up already and everybody's ready to come, I'm going to save that. Um, During the 7 days in this 7 day course, you're going to only really be interacting with the master. So in this hall of 100 people each day, and one by one, you're going to have a chance to sit in front of at the front of the room, in front of the master, who is going to ask how your meditation is. She's going to explain some really interesting things to you privately, um, as to your own practice and your own experience. So it's in that respect, it's a few minutes with the master every day, but it's a very intimate and very powerful moment. And when you sit in front of this master, you're also going to feel this incredible energy that you can't really explain. So over the last few decades, have famous people like the Beatles, Rolling Stones, Ram Dass, Richard Helper, going to India and seeking out, these gurus, these supported people that had reached the enlightenment. And what's interesting to read about is that these people found enlightened masters all through India. The Beatles found the Maharishi, and the Maharishi then later came to America and the rest of the world, and he developed a method of meditation that he taught all over the world, which was really simple. It's called transcendental meditation, and he basically gives the student a mantra. He tells them to meditate 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, and um, it has a powerful effect on their lives. All through Hollywood these days, people are practicing transcendental meditation, sitting in a chair, sitting comfortably like this, and meditating and swearing and telling the world that it's really made a huge difference in their life and the quality of their life. Um, there's lots of people and lots of examples that meditation is powerful. This meditation again is when you learn the fire meditation. It's called Teisho Vipassana. When you learn Teisho, it's the most advanced. It's the most powerful. It's a whole different ball game. So basically, in the course, you're going to have 3-4 days with the master, learning just this method, um, and it's something that you're going to take home. It's something that you can do sitting on a plane. It's something that you can do when life seems to turn against you and you're not feeling good. You can do this meditation, and once you have practiced, you feel like a much different person. So that's the great value of doing this. Again, back to the people going to India and looking for these gurus and finding these gurus. Well, none of these gurus really taught anything. People were just happy to sit around these gurus and absorb their energy and absorb that feeling and take that feeling back, which doesn't last. And then they would go back and try to seek out the gurus and try to find a way to be close to the guru again. This is different because this master is going to teach you how to develop your own energy and how to deal with energy. And so you're going to, in due course, be able to um, have that effect on people around you as well, because your vibration will be higher and you'll have this master's energy particle that will raise your own power. So everybody will arrive before the course. We're going to check into the Seoul Resort, which is next door, a couple of days early. And the purpose of that obviously is to enjoy time with meeting people, and also to get some orientation and to ask some questions. They'll have some gurus there that know about meditation, that know about various things that can help you. And the same with after the course. It's going to be really interesting because people will People obviously will not have talked for 7 days, anxious to talk and spend time with people, but more important, people will have experiences that they will want to share and that other people will want to listen to. Fun method. So the retreat is next door to the Soul Resort, and when we check in there, it basically starts. There'll be monks there. There'll be um, 100 other altogether 100 students. One's majority will be Thai students, and probably lots of Thai students will have experience already meditating. When you're sitting in this big room and everybody has their eyes closed and they're meditating, you're going to think to yourself, "Gee, can I do this for the next 7 days, or the next 6 days?" And what I say to that is, it's like um, you've gone into a different dimension. Eventually, the whole retreat will feel like it's lifted to a different dimension. It's going to be a world on its own, and you're going to find that that meditation is easier than you expected. So all day long there'll be sessions of meditation, and typically they're 50 minutes time, and then you have some break to use the bathroom and whatever else, and then you start again. If you're able not to have a watch or to be conscious of the time, you're going to find that your mind, especially after a couple of days, will just go to the focus point, and time will not exist. You should be aware that everybody in the room will have discomfort in their legs. That's normal, or in their body. They'll have some pain. That's usually generated by various conditions, including your own impurities in your mind and your own toxins. So that's fine. What you're trying to learn is to recognize those discomforts and that pain, and then you're going to get to the point where you can just separate the mind from the body. So eventually you're going to have pain, and you'll just stay focused, and then you'll feel the mind separating from the body and that pain disappearing. So that in itself is really important to learn, because in the future, if you've got to be in the hospital, or we all will die in the end, to have that kind of practice and that ability is very valuable. To get to the point where if you're in pain, your mind just separates. And there's lots of interesting stories about monks that go to the hospital and need operations, and tell the doctor, "Okay, tell me how many minutes you need, and I'm going to meditate, and I don't need any anesthesia." And they, will undergo major surgery in a meditative state without anesthesia, and feel really nothing. So that's the power. Just in a short summary, that's what's going to happen in terms of this trip. Again, it's going to be a collection of really, really interesting, good people, and I think it's um, a super opportunity. For me, it was pure luck that I found this master. What you want to do when you find, the ultimate, the holy grail, something incredible that nobody else has found, you want to share it with your close friends you love, and people that you also want to see benefit. So this experience is now being organized by a friend that I brought, Dr. Goldman, who is a famous doctor, and he's a famous sports guy, and many accolades. He's a grandmaster in martial arts as well, and a film producer, and a really, really accomplished guy. And I brought him, and now he is in mind to bring as many of his close friends as he can. And as I said, we're up to 44 people at the moment that will join from all over the world, and all people that are accomplished people. So it's a great thing. This is not anything weird like a cult, or anybody trying to convince you to um, follow Buddhism, or to do whatever. This is your chance for that 7 days to have an incredible experience. It's going to be hard. You're going to typically eat 2 meals a day. You're going to wake up early in the morning. You're going to do a lot of meditation. And the first couple of days, you're going to go, gee, what am I doing here? But I can guarantee you by the time that the enlightened masters show up, you're going to think very, very differently. You're going to think, wow, this is something I've never experienced before. So like priming a pump, or putting gasoline in an engine, you've got to work the motor a little bit. The first couple of days, you've got to get used to meditating. You've got to get used to the being in this environment, and it's a beautiful environment. The conditions, weather-wise, are always very pleasant. It's warm, if not hot. You're going to have, meditation outfits, probably a couple of outfits per day so you can change. They have nice showers, and they have, comfortable enough facilities. It's not luxury, and it's not meant to be luxury. It's meant to challenge a person. You're not meant to be super comfortable there. You're meant to almost be in a boot camp, and almost be in an environment that forces the body and forces the mind to change. And you only have a certain amount of time. And again, this is the idea of practicing and practicing meditation ahead of time, and learning to sit, sit for an hour like this watching TV, or 2 hours, and learn about your body. And the body adjusts very, very quickly, but you don't want to take that 7 days, that magic few days that you have with the enlightened masters and the monks, to get your body used to sitting. You want to go into this running, you want to go into this already comfortable, already feeling like you can meditate, already feeling like you can keep your eyes closed and your mind focused for 60 minutes at a time, and you don't feel like you're struggling. So I've never seen anybody not make it through this course. Um, we can see that people are uncomfortable for the first day or two, getting used to the routine, getting used to waking up early, getting used to the food. But it's such a rewarding experience, and such a mind-blowing experience that I guarantee you're going to come out of this and say, wow, I'm really, really happy, and really grateful that I did this, because it's the secret that most people look for, and they don't find it. You're not going to find something like this on YouTube or the internet. You're not going to find some motivational speaker that will, tell you this kind of information. You're going to learn things that will be a surprise for you, and you're going to have that very precious time to absorb so much. There's so much to learn, so much to absorb. But once you've started down this path, you're going to also want to share this with friends and family. There are lots of benefits to your family, that you are going back to, that they'll notice a change in you, that the energy will change, and many things will change for them, along with you. So you're doing this for yourself, number one. Number two, you're doing obviously this for your family, because it does have such a positive impact around, on people around you and close to you. So the other thing that I would recommend and keep in mind is, don't have doubt about what's going to go on here. Don't have doubt. Know that you're going to arrive to Thailand whenever you decide to arrive early and have some time in Thailand. Then a couple of days before, we're going to the Seoul Resort. It's going to be very relaxed. You will probably do a group meditation or two. We're going to do some orientation and some sharing of information, and then we're going to have 7 days of a silent retreat. 7 days where it's all you. If you're coming with somebody, a friend, a spouse, whatever, you're going to be disconnected from that person. You're going to be not looking at people. You're going to be focused, doing walking meditation. You'll be in a beautiful environment, and you'll have a chance to really experience something absolutely new, absolutely different. And especially when you meet the master, you're going to know that you've touched and come into the presence of the Western world. Certainly has no idea about. You see people on YouTube, you hear the word enlightenment, but you won't really understand until you actually meet and sit in the presence of a high master that's fully enlightened. It's a different ball game. So I've kind of rushed this video, and I've kind of, um, am determined to get this sent to you so that at least you can start. I'm going to try to follow up with some other videos to talk about some more details and do it in a more relaxed way. But this is primarily meant to get you to meditate. So today, before you go to bed, try to sit on the floor. Try to do 5-10 minutes on the floor. We're going to work our way up to this. So we have August now to kind of break into it and start to consider the trip and start to prepare. And I'll follow up with all kinds of information. I'll be available on WhatsApp or some kind of communication if you have specific questions. But by the time January rolls around, I think everybody will be up to speed and understand what they're working towards, and it's going to be amazing. So that's it. Good luck, and we'll do another video soon.